Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Jospreet and welcome to the first impressions or first looks video for Zorin OS 12. Okay, so as you can see, I have got Zorin OS Core, which is the free version which they offer, and they have pretty useful accessories and other stuff which they have mentioned on their website. However, if you want something more professional, more stable, they also offer an ultimate version which they charge, but also offer premium support and give games and macOS accessories as well. So with that covered, let's look at this distro. And I find the design is pretty smooth, and I guess people who are switching over from Windows will probably have little to no time adjusting. And they have made it pretty simple. They based this distro off Ubuntu as a base, and they've added their own skin to the Genome shell, I believe. And they've added pretty useful accessories, I guess, before. And you can see that Wine is there by default. You don't have to configure it. And they have a small selection of games. Obviously, I'm in the core version. If you buy the premium version, they'll probably have more games out here. And they have pretty cool graphics and icon theme and everything. And not only that, you can see that in this Zorin OS appearance from the settings, I can probably change the look of the distribution. Like now it's not just icons, like full blown description of what is there as well. And this is like the default Genome shell 3, I guess, and it's like this. And you have seen in my previous videos that I've covered Genome 3, and that's pretty cool to look at. I guess having the option to change is one of the great things I have found, and you can adjust where everything goes and the colors of the looks of the overall distribution, like the folders and everything else. It's built in. You can adjust and you can see where you want everything to be. I can put this panel on the top and the bottom, and overall I believe that this theme and the desktop shell that they've built is actually pretty amazing, and I found this one to be the best one so far. I've tried Linux Mint and Elementary OS, but I think that this is really good, and someone switching over from Windows, as I said before, would have no time to switch as the design is almost similar. And overall, next you can see that one different thing I noticed, that they do not have Firefox. However, they do have the Chrome web browser in this, which is actually a pretty different thing to note, because most of the distributions opt for super open source software like Firefox. However, they have gone the extra step and installed Chromium, and that's pretty good to know. And they have the software center and the settings from which you can access the different things. This is almost similar to Ubuntu, but with the icon theme applied. I guess we can find which one is it, but overall it's pretty good looking and it's neat to look at, and there is no obstructions or anything as well. And the file browser is taken from Ubuntu as well, and I guess the Genome theme has been applied here, and this is really good to look at. I mean, overall the design of the distribution, they have pretty much nailed it, and software wise I would say again a really good job, better than most of the distributions out there. You have to figure out what you have to download and install and run it through the terminal or something like that, but they have a few apps pre-built, so you do not need to go ahead and make your effort and do different things. They have a lot of stuff installed, and I guess this is one of the strengths of the distribution. And I guess overall going, if they can keep doing this and promote it correctly, they can go to a lot of places. I guess this is really good distribution, and I guess by default including Wine is a pretty smart move. I mean, you can have Play on Linux games and Wine tricks and other Windows software, which I probably do not like as much, but people have different needs, and they have as usual include Office, LibreOffice. And another thing is that you can simply place things on the desktop, like people would like to have it in like Windows. Like I can easily add this to the desktop, and this is accessible. A lot of people from Windows are really look to this, and this is the feature that they have experienced in the Windows in past, and this is the thing they would want in Linux as well. And I guess Zorin OS does a pretty good job of doing and performing those actions. So overall, this was the first impressions look, and I guess the distribution is quite promising actually. If they can continue the development, I guess this would be a pretty good distribution. The prospects are pretty good. So with that, I'm going to end the video here. Be sure to click that like button and subscribe, and the review is probably coming up in the next few days. Be sure to look out for that. So that's about it. Okay, bye.